Right, so we're going to create this shell structure, which is based on certain profile for the shell. We'll start the massing. Call it mass number 1. Right, for simplicity, we're going to create a spline going through the regular spline. In this regular spline, always remember to make sure that you are drawing the lines on a certain level. So for this scenario, we're going to draw it on level 1. So this specific spline is a two-dimensional spline, and this example that I have here looks like a ribbon, like a strip going this way. So the spline allows you to go in segments. It's something like that, and finish. So this is the spline that I just made. Once you create the spline, you still have control over these curves, so you can stretch it and make it wider or less curvy to make it a smoother line. So for this part, I want to drag it over here to be much smoother. There are different ways of creating what we call a swept geometry. So you take a shape, a circle, and if you sweep it along this line becomes the path of the swept object. If you take a circle, it will create like a tube, like a hose. So the first method, we can currently we can show the work plane by selecting the show work plane, just to visualize what is our work plane. So this blue invisible line indicates that we've been working on the horizontal level 1. Okay. So I'm going to re-change it or set the work plane. Let me see if I can check this point. You see the end of this spline? If I select this point, the work plane becomes the one perpendicular of this point. Is this clear? So now this is my drawing space. This is my paper. Work plane means paper. So if I draw a circle over here, so now we can select this circle and then select the spline as a path and attempt to create form. So most of the time this will work. The program sometimes gives you some errors. It depends on how complex the shape of this spline is. What I mean, sometimes if this curve is so narrow, the geometry breaks and the program gives you an error. So you have to work with these errors. I'm still inside the massing over here. So currently this geometry contains two profiles, one at the first end of the project of the shape, and then there's another one over here. So I can select the geometrical sweep and go to edit profile. The edit profile shows up only when you select the object, and I have the option to edit this profile on this side. So this circle, I can make it different shape, and also I can edit this profile. So let me show you. If I select this part, let's see if I can make this 2. So it's going to be a larger one, and I hit finish. So this will be a tube larger from one side to the other side. So you have flexibility to control the shape on both ends. So I'm going to select this part and also make it 1. Okay. In addition, let me put this geometrical form under an X-ray mode, means this will be transparent. So I'll select X-ray, and now you can see the original lines and shapes of the surfaces. I want to do that because now I can select the geometry here and add additional cuts, which are called profile. So if I select add profile, any profile that I add will be along the same shape of the resulting geometry. So I'm going to add a profile here and click the add profile again and add another one over here. Alright, so let's go here and hit edit profile, and I'll use the offset. I'm going to offset this profile maybe 30 centimeters using the pick tool. Yeah, something like that. And then I'll use the trim because this one is going to be. Well, actually, let's continue here and create our second. Let's finish this first one. Okay. So something like that. Right. Now, if we select the geometry and take a look at it from underneath or without an X-ray mode, so that it's more solid. This is the shape that we ended up with. Okay. Okay, so I'm editing these profiles of the edges by just modifying each sketch. Okay, so this gives me the first one and the second profile. And here's the middle profile again. I can copy profiles from one start to another section. So as a user, you need to have a strategy to engineer the shape, know how far this shell first part from the center of the your building. And I'm going to trim those two edges now. Okay.